Hey guys, I believe we are live. Sometimes it's a little bit hard to tell, so I put something on the screen in the beginning, but I do think that we are now. I know there's a little bit of lag for us, and I have a little bit on the screen here of what we're going to be doing today. And I'm going to give a few minutes for people to come in, of course, obviously. So if you are new to my channel or new to the whole live stream thing, there's a little bit of lag. There's always a few minutes while people are coming in that you have to wait for people to show up and that type of thing. So if you are watching archived and you're new to my channel, you can skip through all this if this is not your thing. But we like to promote community here in Quality Crafts. So there's always a bunch of people in the live chat that have come here to just be around other like-minded crafty people like myself. So hello Polly and Linda. Thank you guys for coming. Yay! Hi, thanks for coming. If you're not already a part of the Quality Crafts group over on Facebook, I invite you to join that group. It's super fun. We are a non-commitment, non-drama group that there's no like participation police. We're not going to kick you out if you're not doing something every month or every 3 months. It's nothing like that. If you're a lurker and that's what you enjoy, just go ahead and just hang around, you know. We welcome everybody to come over and check it out. If you see anybody in blue, if you're here with us live, people in blue with the little like mechanical symbol next to them, the little wrench, they are our moderators. They are here to keep us safe from spam and scams that come in. Hi, Jennifer Marker. You were talking with Michelle B earlier. She said she misses you. She's been sick, but she says hello. Well, hello to Michelle then. Thanks, Polly. So we'll be making, maybe not necessarily these exact things. These are things that I made ahead of time. And if you're familiar with my channel, you know that I make things up ahead of time. And I always make things with you during the live stream. So but it's not always necessarily the exact same thing. And you kind of get my flow after you've been here a couple of times, which a lot of you guys have. Yay, here, Vicky says, I'm here. Shout out you guys where you're from. We always like to know. Typically, we have people worldwide, and as the evening goes on, as the next 10-15 minutes go by, you're going to see this light right here across my chest start moving, maybe across my face from the window. I think I have that as tight as it can go. But as the time, you know, the seasons are changing and that sun is just coming down at just this right time, that'll disappear after a while, so no big deal. Don't forget that we also have the Quality Crafts store. It's just qualitycrafts.com. If you look right down below here in the screen that you're looking, it says Quality Crafts. Koala like the bear, T, and crafts. That's how you spell it in case you're looking for it. Moderators will be typing in the Facebook group name so you can find us, and hopefully they'll be typing in the store name as well so you can find us there. I'm also on Patreon, and I want to dispel the myth of Patreon. Patreon is for passionate people who want to support my channel and make it sustainable into the future so that I can do this full time for you guys. Right now, if you didn't know, I'm literally a full-time interpreter for the deaf for this last year, because after this year I will be bumped down, and I hate to say down because I'm being bumped into a role that is one of the most pivotal roles in a school district. That it's just one of the most important roles, and it's an SEA, which is a student assistant. I don't know, SEA, a student educational assistant. I think that's what it is. Every school district seems to have a completely different acronym for that, but it basically means that I will be in the school, in the trenches, recreating and creating individual lesson plans and stuff, basically, to reach every student in that class. That'll be my role, which is what I already do now for the deaf and hard of hearing, but it'll just be expanded to everyone else. So that'll be kind of cool. So we've got Maryland, we've got Michigan, we've got Oklahoma, Pennsylvania. Kelly's here, yay, and Esther's here. So all these people in blue, they are moderators. Cindy is here. We've got someone from, Josie from Slovenia. Yay, I probably am saying that wrong. That is so cool. One other thing I do like to mention as I come in is the power that you guys have to change what you're seeing and what you're watching. If you're watching archived, if you're new to my channel, Thursday nights are always 6 to 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, which means I start at 6:05. I always do that to make sure everyone's got plenty of time to get in so that they don't feel like they've missed something in the beginning, because literally it takes 3 to 5 minutes for people to start, eventually coming in, and then our group grows, and then I get started. So just know I'll start at 6:05 to respect your time. If I'm live on Sunday afternoons from 2 to 3 p.m. Central Standard Time, I always start at 2:05. But this is the time that we are community building, networking, and getting to know one another on a more personal basis. The people that are here, as this is being taped live, are in the live chat. So if you're not familiar with that, maybe you want to stop by another time. Make sure that you're on a device that you can reach the chat. I've heard that cell phones and iPads and tablets have a harder time finding or being accessible, having access to the chat, than being on a PC or a laptop. Wow, New Zealand we've got. That's so cool. Tough Cody is here. I wish I knew some of you guys specifically by first name, so I didn't have to call you by your screen name, but there's been more and more people coming in, so it's harder for me to keep up with everything. I am not sure what that means. EWL, a fellow crafter buddy. That's cool. Hi, Eva. Eva joins us from Germany, if I'm correct, but I'm not sure what part. So we literally have a global community here. We have people from all around the world, which is super, super cool. I wonder what time it is for everybody, because for me, it's early evening. So I had a personal day today, if I would be honest. I didn't have to go to work. But typically, I would be coming home from work, sending out all my posts and setting up for this and getting ready. And then, an hour after I'm done with this, I go to bed. But some of you guys, it's the middle of the night. Some of you guys, it's early tomorrow morning already on Friday? I don't know how that all works. So we've got someone here from London, England. Hi, June. Donna and Jen. Jennifer, Kelly, Josie, June. Who I missed? I might have missed a few. So we've got about 4 minutes left. I want to go back to a point that I started earlier on. If you're watching this and you're like, you're just rabbit trailed and didn't even finish what you were talking about. I wanted to dispel the myth of Patreon. Patreon is for people who are passionate, I started to say this, about what I do here and want to pledge or donate to me to make sure that my channel would be sustainable into the future so that I could do this full time. It does not mean that you have to pay for this channel. If you're watching now, obviously it was free, right? It's always going to be free. You can click on any of my videos. I have nearly 800 videos on my YouTube channel. So if you're coming in now and going, wow, I just found you, Jen, and I really like this, you can go back and check out my really old and oldies and old and goldie videos if you want to. You're going to find a very definite change in how I've done videos from the past all the way up till now. So we've got some are saying at 7 p.m. So some are a little bit ahead of us. Ahead of me. Oh, in Slovenia, it's 1 a.m. Josie is up at 1 a.m. watching. Oh, that's so cool. Hi, Sandy. Donna. Let's hear it for the UK, but I wish I was in Barbados. I would love to move south, and eventually that would be something that I could do if this was my full-time job. But as I was saying, I'm an interpreter for the deaf this year, as it is. Hi, Vicki from Minnesota. And next year I'll be an SEA, so I'll still be in district. I'll still be working full-time. But I'll be doing this. I mean, I literally put full-time hours into this business, what I do here for you guys. And I love it. I love it so much that I would love to be doing it full-time. So that's the direction I'm headed. And the theme of my channel, basically, for those of you guys who might be new. By the way, if you're new, put little hearts next to your name or say, hey, I'm new. Hey, this is my first time here. We would love to welcome you, invite you over to the Facebook group, and get you kind of knowing what's going on. The gist of my channel is Somebody said it last week. They're like, DIY, don't buy. I'm not pushing a no buy channel, but I am pushing live within your means, budget friendly things. DIYs definitely take advantage of your scraps and create fun things, and always create from your heart and your soul and to make yourself happy. Um, don't compare yourself to other people. Compare yourself to yourself. Where do you want to be? What do you want to improve on? And then let me know what you're looking for. I do once a month coloring videos, which you guys usually forget about. Nobody shows up. Nobody watches me on my once a month coloring videos. I color a Bluebell image, bluebell.com. I don't know if somebody will put that in there. Once a month for her True Blue subscribers. Not True Blue subscribers. The Progressive Challenge. Pardon me, there's 2 different tracks she has. And tomorrow night, Friday, is actually going to be a coloring night. So it will be live tonight and will be live tomorrow night as well. So if you love coloring, especially Spectrum Noir or Copic kind of coloring, join me tomorrow. I'll be coloring up one of her images. Do I even have it handy? It was on my printer. I don't know what I did with it. You'll have to check it. You'll have to tune in tomorrow. It'll be a surprise if you don't already know what it is. So Michelle has just typed in where you can go and pledge or donate. If you're interested in doing that, it's not necessary, but I thank every one of you guys who have become a patron to help me sustain my channel, and that would be really cool. We've got, Eva, 1:04 a.m. in Deutschland. I don't know if I'm saying that right either. Oh, so close, Creative Tamara. It's BLOOBEL, and it's 6:05, so we're going to get started. So what we're creating today are DIY embellishments. I really hope somebody's calling me. I really hope that you guys, I'm just going to check in case it's an emergency. Very rarely ever happens on my channel that someone would call me. It's my sister. I'll call her back. Yeah, that never happens. We're going to do DIY. I really hope that you've brought all of your scraps and your, like, half-finished stuff and maybe some of your finished stuff that you're like, what am I going to do with this? And to give you an idea of what I'm talking about, here is, I'm going to move these off to the side and give you a expanded look here. Let's just move out just a tad here. There we go. Yes, you know, that, it's not sitting right today, but that's okay. We're just going to go with it. I have some of these that are like literally Christmas sayings. I have tons and tons of stuff that you guys have been sending me. So I've got a whole bunch of these still. And a lot of other stuff. I mean, if you don't see the stuff that you've sent me, then maybe I specifically haven't used or it's not here yet. Cutouts that I haven't used. Printables that I haven't used. Different kind of things that I've done with you guys in techniques and videos and extra pieces and parts. This is what I'm talking about. Pull out all this stuff. Start gathering so that you can just jump in and start making stuff. Linda's here. Jill's here. Sonia. Jane Walters. Hi. Hello, everybody. Here's another piece of paper that I created that I never finished using. Some more paper that we created in a technique video that I didn't use. That's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. We are going to create stuff like this, things that we can put on cards, stuff that, you know, we'll be able to use, and we will be putting together some cards today. Here's a bunch of all of the little inchies and twinchies we made. We're going to be utilizing those today. Somebody asked me once, they're like, well, I want to see what you make with those, and I said, so would I. I would totally love to see that too, but gosh, you know, so much fun, so little time, right? We totally want to use everything that we do and make, but sometimes it's just the experience that you're getting, and it's not necessarily the end result, which is a lot of times things that we say to kids, right? Don't worry about the result. Just make sure you're getting the experience and doing the thing that you enjoy, that makes you happy. I'm going to pull out some of these because I'm going to use some of them on a card today. Because I did tell somebody in my group that, yes, this stuff does get used eventually. So here's a card and some other things that came from another technique. We're going to just start pulling some of this stuff out. We may be recreating. We may be creating, recreating. we're just going to see what comes out of this. So you can, in the comments section, let me know what's going on, what you're looking at, what you are doing on your end. I'd love to hear from you. If you have suggestions for me on my end, make sure that you type in really big capital letters, or hopefully I'll see it. Oh, yay, Dawn, you're finally catching us live. Big hearts to you. That's awesome. Sometimes it's hard to catch us, especially if you're across the world and it's the middle of the night. Or this isn't just a typical time that you're up. I don't know. Sherry W. made it. Yay! Deanna made it. Woo! I'm just looking for things that kind of match. This looks really cool. This is like kind of coming together. It's just kind of making me think this is, you know what I mean? Like I pulled this out because this is a card base, and I'm going to pull out some more paper, get a little trimmer in here, and we're just going to have fun and create things today, all right? I hope that's okay with you guys. I hope that's why you came, because you wanted to see some of this stuff. I'm just going to see if I can put a little bit of this on. Ooh, and I just have enough. Check it out. And sometimes I'm going to be blab, 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 and sometimes I'm going to be, you know, quietly working. It just depends on where this takes me. I'll try to keep track of the, oh, and don't forget to use your embossing, too, when you get into this, making stuff like this. You know, if it doesn't look right, shove it through the embosser. It'll make it a different kind of a shape, if you know what I'm talking about. So I've got a Cuttlebug, but you know what? I've got another one that I want to use. Let me just grab that quick. Let's see. Am I missing anything good? What are you guys talking about? Hi, Debbie from Ohio. Oh, and I have on my flamingos today. Dancing flamingos. I also have one of these. And if you look at it, you can see my old name. I no longer go by that name. I still love that family, though. They're a good family. It's really dusty. Wow. Let's just wipe some of the dust and the cobwebs off this thing and use it. I'm going to put this through here. I'm sure you guys have either seen this or had one laying around or had one and got rid of it. That's all it does. It makes our ruffles have ridges. See that? I'm just giving it a pull because it makes your paper a little bit shorter too. And I still want it to see that. Look at how much shorter it got. Let's do a little trim. We'll just do a little trim job here. No, we won't. We'll just make it and put it in the middle. So what I'm doing right now, in case you just came in, because I see a bunch more people have been joining, we're making DIY embellishments by hand, just using a lot of, well, I neglected to copy my little post here. Un momento, por favor. There we go. I hope you guys are finding the chat. Oh, I do know that. I just haven't taken the time to do it. Thanks for mentioning it, though, Linda. If you're not watching live, Linda said if I want to take my name off that plastic thing because it's not my name anymore, rubbing alcohol will take that right off. Oh, same as if you marked up your clear blocks way back when. We used to put our names on it or whatever. You can take that off with alcohol ink. So if you get your blocks all inked up, that's exactly what alcohol will just clean those right up and make them look like new. But remember, ladies, they're tools, not jewels. So use them and get them dirty because that's what they're for. All right, this is going to go down here. I'm just making this up as I go along. This is what it's about, just creating. That's going to go on top of there. So I'm just going to throw some down the middle here. You're so helpful. I forget these things when I'm creating and my brain's not thinking in that wavelength, right? So it's really great when you guys can come up with these things and say, hey, mention this to the people that don't have live chat. And they say, gracias, mi amiga. Those of you or the person who wanted to see me use inchies and twinchies on a card, ooh, I sure hope you made it today. If not, I don't remember specifically who you were, so that looks really cool, right? These are 4 inchies put together in a twinchie, which, if you're not familiar, and I say that phrase a lot, if you don't know or have never heard of, that sounds better, what an inchie and a twinchie is, an inchie is a 1 inch by 1 inch little tiny piece of art like this, 1 inch. And a twinchie is this exact 2 inch by 2 inch piece of art. And so if you have 4 inchies, you can make a twinchie. Look at that beautimus. So pretty. And this purple little sprayed background came from one of my technique videos I did recently, and that's it. I mean, that's just, it's a pretty card, right? I'm going to leave it just like that because then I can write whatever I want in the inside, and bam, it's finished. I have some more card bases here though, so don't worry, I have lots more. So that's one of the things you can do. Take your inchies, throw them on a card, and be like, boom, there's my card. We call that a cast card. Clean and simple. Like that could be a card right there. It's clean, it's got a lot of white space, it's got a focal point, it looks really cool. That's all you would need. That's what they would call a cast card. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to bind these to like another maybe sheet of paper. Like I'm thinking I'll do a black one and then maybe a white one and another black one, something like that. I don't know why, because that's just kind of what's coming to my mind right now. So I'm going to put these on here and eyeball this up to make sure there's like the same amount of space in and around these 4. I'm not going to measure it. I'm just going to do it, you know, by looking at it and be like, okay, that looks pretty good. I'm going to use my wet glue for this. Here we go. And then we're just going to put a little bit of glue on here, and as I glue them down, I'll make sure that they go back in about the approximate space that I want them to be at. And if I'm going quiet, it's probably because I'm looking at the chat or I'm just really concentrating on what I'm doing. And just so you know, typically, wow, I'm losing my fingernail polish already. Darn it, tomorrow's Friday. I made it a week. I do my nails once a week, if you're new, just for fun, just because I like to. I don't have a nail video though. Nail video channel or anything like that. Maybe in the future. If I go full time and I have time to make one, I would do that. Right now I'm about ready to rip my hair out with what I have going on because this is literally taking off so much, you guys, that I could go full time right now. I just don't have the means to do it. I can't. I still have to pay the bills and keep the lights on and buy the medication. I'm on a ton of medication if you guys didn't know that. I had a kidney transplant 3 years ago, baby. Woo! 3 years I've had that. I am so thankful. Bless the Lord. So when I'm done putting these down where I want them, then I'm just going to cut around them to make this a square. And of course it's going to be bigger than 2 by 2 at this point, but that's all right. So if you're looking for this glue bottle that I'm using, these are in the store. Pull out my little trimmer here. Uh-oh. I'm going to have to go in the other way. Yeah. It's too thick to go through there, so I'm just going to have to eyeball it this way. Actually, this might be a little bit easier. Perfect. Because I can see when I'm looking on the side this way how much I'm cutting off and where the edge is. So there we go. We've got that square. And give me a holler if I'm ever out of frame. I do that sometimes. Not on purpose, but you know, I could just get so into what I'm doing. How many of you guys, thank you so much for the congratulations on my 3 years. Woo! How many of you guys watched Yesterday's. Last night's 5-minute video. Oh, Donna, 3 years for you for... So I'm assuming that you're cancer-free. 3 years for your breast cancer. That's amazing. Yay. Congratulations. I'm going to grab another white piece and we're going to stagger this. Black, white, black, white. It would be nice to do red. Let me check if I have enough. I have a scrap of red here. Seems to be the same one. Let's do it. Yeah. Do we want to do white, red? Let's just check it. White, red, black. Or red, white, black. I don't know. Let's just go. We're going to make as much as we can do. Here. Oh, that looks cool. Let's do that. Until we run out of time. So we're just going to keep crafting and hanging out. And this is basically... How many of you guys who watched that last night thought that was one of my funniest ones ever? Because I even made myself laugh while I was doing that one. I just thought it was so good. If you like those, would you start sharing them with people and just like spread those 5-minute videos all over the world? Because for some reason, I get like half the amount of views for those videos as I do for these. And they take me so much time. Oh, Linda, 8-year stroke survivor. You go. Boy, we have a lot of survivors in this group. Yeah, start spreading those videos around because they just don't get as many views. I don't know why. I don't know if it's just because you guys are diehards and you're the only ones watching, or I'm not sure. But I just thought that last night's was so funny I cracked myself up. And I'm just gonna keep Thanks, Tamara. She said it was hysterically awesome. You guys should check it out. If you go to my regular, just my channel page, type in YouTube Jen Evers. If you're not sure how to get back to that. Go to my regular page, the Jen Evers channel, like homepage, and look for the playlist. It'll say playlist 5-minute videos, I believe, and they're all in there, except maybe the very last one. Maybe not. Maybe I haven't added that one yet. I'll have to double check for you. Somebody remind me after the show. I always forget when I'm done with one of these shows. I'm usually pretty tired. And I try to get done when I need to get done before I go to bed. So hopefully I'll remember to double check that that one's in the playlist. There we go. And then I'm going to do one more black layer so that when I put it on the top of this white card base, that it actually stands out. Because right now that last layer is just going to disappear. We're going to add one more layer. Oh, my boo-boo! You could probably see it now. It's nearly gone. Check it. See it? 2 cuts right there, sliced with a knife. Ding, ding. I never even noticed it. Went on about my time, blah, whatever. I was putting dishes in the dishwasher, got done with all that, feeling pretty pumped. Came in here to do some crafting. I had my hand on the mouse, and an ant ran across my table. I kid you not. I grabbed the ant and squished him, and I looked at my hand, and there was blood, like, on my finger and my thumb, and I was like, well, that's weird. I've never seen an ant bleed before. Oh. So, I realized I was bleeding, and then it took me a few minutes to figure out how in the heck I cut myself since I was just sitting here messing around on the computer, and I didn't even think, oh, might have been from the dishes you just did. Anyway, it was truly kind of comical. And then I threw it into my 5-minute video, and I'm like running out of time, and I'm like, wait, let me stop and show you my boo-boo, and people are like, no. It was awesome. Super funny. I might have to open up a window. It is like really gorgeous today, and it's getting really super hot in here. So if you guys don't mind, I might just stand up and open up that window that's behind me. Let's let some breeze in here before I sweats to death. I don't know if I open this if that's going to bother you light-wise. I don't think so because the sun is starting to set. But you might hear a little bit of drafty wind or maybe the neighbors. I'm not sure. I rarely squish them with my fingers because I'm actually afraid of ants. I mean, I'm not literally afraid of ants. I'm afraid of like a whole army of ants, like coming after me. Like, oh. We went blueberry picking when I was very young, and there was an ant pile. I didn't know it, an ant home. I don't know, an ant hill in the sandy, and I was sticking to the really sandy, nice parts of the trail, you know, because I didn't want to get dirty or whatever the heck. I don't know. And all of a sudden, my leg was swarmed with ants. I've been freaked out of ants ever since. I think I was very easily traumatized as a child. So here's another one of those cast cards I was talking about. Didn't take much time at all. Used a few inchies, made kind of a twinchy and something right in the middle of it. So right there we've got two examples of a card using inchies and twinchies, and that's it. I might write something or stamp something across the bottom should I need a card, and it's ready to go. Now we've got some of these, but what I really want to do is start making like some homemade stuff. So I'm going to take one of these and cut it out. Like homemade embellishments is what I'm talking about. So I'm going to cut this out with kind of just a little bit of a line around it, just so that I don't have to cut off the little stem here. Okay, and the little bit of these leaves have been cut off the page, but that's okay. So it's going to be a unique embellishment that possibly only I have in the world. I mean, there's other people in the world that have this stamp, but maybe not the exact same kind of embellishment that I'm going to make here. What you guys talking about? The ants go marching by one by one. They actually do. They march by one. I wonder how they're getting in. Big black ones, too. I've never seen that before. Usually it's little brown ones. Cheers, guys. I think I forgot to say that. But when I start talking, I get a dry mouth. So I know there's people out there that are like, oh, look at her. She's just swigging stuff online. Right in the middle of the video. But a lot of the medication I have causes that. So I do what I have to do, right? So then I'm going to like just look at this and like start building a creative little something, you know, a little embellishment is what I'm making. And I don't know what it's going to look like. I'm just putting it together from sight and by how I feel about what it looks like. It's how we create art, right? So that looks good. And then this pair would look really cute like that. It's almost like building a card from, oh, look at that. I'm way out of screen. You guys didn't even say anything. See what I mean? It's so easy to just get lost in what you're doing. It's better if I keep the camera this way, though, instead of zooming in, because then at least you're going to see some of it. See, now there's a leg, and I'm being chastised by Linda for shame on me, and I don't even know what for. Do the do. Thanks, Creative Tamara. I think I will. Mine's a, well, it looks red today because I added Kool-Aid to it. Sugar-free Kool-Aid. There we go. And it's like, it's layered. It looks really cool. And I think we need some gems on there. I think some gems look really pretty. So let's see what I've got laying around that haven't really used up much of. I've got a lot of like partially used gems and stuff, which I'm sure you guys do too. So I'm just gonna grab like a little handful off the top and see like these, like I haven't used all of them. Like here's one that's got a bunch left. This only has like a couple left. Let's try to use that one up. I'm working on getting this poker picker up tool and I'm having a really hard time getting a hold of it. I believe that they're out of stock right now, and I can't even order them if I wanted to. So I'm just going to put some gems down the side here. I don't know how many, maybe 2 or 3. I like to do odd numbers in art. Have you ever heard of that? Use odd numbers or create a triangle to make things balanced out. Look at that. That's cute. Kind of wish I would have went around the edge of that white one with some color, like maybe, you know, a greenish pear color. Let's see if we can add a little bit of that. I'm going to pick out maybe a lime green. Oh, you know what? I'm going to grab one of my markers from this one. There might be a little lime green in here. I think there is. I forget what these are called already. Peppermint oil. Ants don't like peppermint oil. Okay. You downing a Diet Coke, Rosemary? Good, I don't feel so alone today with my diet soda disease. I'm just going to make this line like wiggle back and forth just because I don't want it to look like I tried to make it straight and couldn't do it. Because that's exactly what it would have looked like, and I'm sure some of you guys can totally attest to that happening to you. So if you can't make it straight, then make it look like it's not supposed to be straight on purpose, and that way you can't tell. It's hard to see that light green, but it matches the pear. At least on my end it does. I know that everybody's monitor probably picks that color up in a different way, which is kind of crazy. So that's cute. I'm going to save that. Move this over. What else we got? I'm drinking kombucha. What is that? Tea bags work great too. Somebody's sucking down coffee, I saw. Do you hear that noise? It sounds like a dog. Weird. So here's a piece that I haven't used, and this is interesting because it's a technique that we did a while back. Let's see. If we put it on there and did some brown around it, would that look pretty cool? I think it would. Let's just do it. So we could put it on a card. So they don't have to be really tiny embellishments, right? They can be bigger embellishments. Why not? I love this glue bottle for getting on all the little tiny edges. So I can't do that with my ATG gun, even though my ATG gun is the bomb. Oops. Congratulations, Tamatha, for being soda-free for 3 months. I've been there too. I didn't make it. It's just my one thing. I haven't been able to give up, and I just not really that interested in giving it up at this moment. And then I'm just going to cut this off here. And we're going to grab some brown, hopefully like this brown that sort of matches, and do it around the edge. Gotta find my browns here. I've got this one that doesn't look quite like the one I'm looking for. I've got a lot of these bad boys. I've got vintage photo. That might be a little closer. Old paper. I wonder where all my browns are hiding. There's a couple. Let's grab that one. Walnut stain. That's a darker one. Look at that. Yeah, somebody's mowing their lawn. I kind of figured that because it's a nice night. People are going to be out all over town doing stuff, right? I actually got a chance, well, I should have been making a video, to go out to dinner with my husband tonight. There's a new little diner in town. It's called Gus's Diner. It was really kind of cool. They had little jukeboxes that actually played CDs right at the table. Ours didn't work, but the ones next to us did, so they kind of turned theirs on and let us listen a little bit. It was really fun. It's just like a 1950s, 1960s diner with checkered plates and Marilyn Monroe and all kinds of other like paraphernalia on the wall and stuff. Really cute. So if something doesn't quite look right, never underestimate the power of inking the edges with a color that would like coincide or match what you're doing. It really brings things out. I think it looks really cool. I'm actually going to bring this color in a little bit around the edges as well. Not a lot of it. You're not going to see me re-ink this a lot because that one side did get pretty dark. But it gives it a nice different look to it. And then I'm going to do a little bit, something a little bit darker. The same color, but I mean like really, really ink up the edges now. Get it really, really dark. See the difference? Feeling kind of guilty for not mailing my Mother's Day card already. I hope she forgives me. It's going to be late. She goes back and forth between our family home and our up north like trailer, our up north home where they spend a lot of time together, my mom and my dad. So I'm not quite sure where she's going to be. She might not even get that card for like another week. This is really pretty. I like the way that turned out. I want to put that on a card right away. Let me see if I got another card base here. I'm trying not to get, if I got ink all over my finger, I'm trying not to put finger marks on it. Oh my, you're dodging tornadoes tonight? It's beautiful here. It's clouded over, but it's really warm and pretty out. So just using that scrap and a little bit of ink, I've created this really cool card front. I'm going to put it here. And then because I'm thinking of it, I'm going to get one to cut something off the bottom here. I'm just going to punch right here on the bottom. One more day of work this week, you guys. One more day. Tomorrow's Friday. Who's with me? Can I get an amen? Even though I had today off, I'm just like, I can't wait for school to end. Because then I can totally be here with you guys some more. That'll look cool. Let's cut off a piece of that. It matches and it came from the scrap bin. How about that? I just want to make sure it goes high enough so that you can see all the pieces that I just cut out. Does that even make any sense? I think it does. There was a question there. I hope somebody answered. Let's see. What's the difference between the distressed ink and my regular ink pads? The distressed ink has a little bit different quality to it. If you stamp with it right away, you're going to notice that it doesn't make as clean or clear as of a stamp as a regular ink would. And then it also has it reacts with water. So if you use a distress ink with water, it'll move around. Like you can put water spritz on it and then bring the ink back up off. This is really, it's just got different properties than the regular inks do. So there we go. A really cool card with just that last piece of scrap left over, and not too much elbow grease, a little piece of brown at the bottom, bring that out really cute. So now we've got 3 cards. We've got this one, and this one. And I like to go back and bring in the stuff that I've made and do little mini reviews as we go through the night, our crafty hour, as it were, just so that people that are coming in that weren't, oh my dear, we're at 73 viewers. That means if we get to 80, I'll dance. And I'll probably whip a nene because somebody suggested that last time. But it's going to take a few more. Happily retired. Oh! Even if I was retired, I would still be doing this, but I am envious. Because then at least if I was retired, I would know that I could do this full time and I wouldn't have to worry about my income and all that jazz. Look at this piece of paper. We could do something fantastic with that, couldn't we? And this, I mean, look at all these fun scraps. Oh, here's a rose. Like, oh my gosh, there's so much stuff. But, you know, I also have these, and I can't remember. You're going to probably want to get back at me, but who made these for me? I can't remember. I didn't write on every single piece that you sent me, but these are amazing. These have to go on a card. I wish I had, you know what? I want to put them on a card like this, you know, so that they're together. But they're so beautiful. I almost want to do it on another. I'm going to save these and do this on another card. I'm going to like use this for creating a card another day. Weird dance? What? Oh, am I going to be showing how I did the flowers tonight? I don't have any of those scraps left from the flowers, but all I did was use just punches that somebody sent me, I think, and put them together. They're just 2 layers of flowers. So you've got one punch-out flower that's just basically, you know, a bumpy flower. And then another flower that is glued to the inside. And then a gem right on top. And that's it. And this one, same thing. One of those round flowers. And then a 5-leaf or 5-petal flower on top. And then a gem. And then I had these greens that I had punched out, and I just added a green to the back. I just glued it on. And that's all I did. And that was the same with this one. And the same with this one. This was a big punch-out flower. I think this is the Stampin' Up! One. And then I have like just this old leftover. See how they weren't even cut right. It's flat here. But it was left over in my bin. And then one of those other yellow flowers. Oh, this one doesn't have very much sticky to it. And this was like from a pile of stickers that I wasn't using. Maybe that's why. I might have to add some. You know what? I'm going to add a little bit of, I have this stuff, this liquid embossing. I'm going to use this as glue. And just add a little bit of liquid embossing to the bottom. So that'll stay. Because once that glue dries, I don't think that'll move at all. And that's it. That's all I did. This was left over. The reason why it's all colored like this is because that came from another technique that I shared. And that's why it's got color on it. I didn't do that. I just pulled this from a scrap pile, a scrap bin that I had, and just glued them all together. So you can do that too if you know you made too many flowers one day or you punched too many circles one day. you just pull out all those circles. Here's another circle. I'll see if I can find some. Somebody asked about that. If I have any more circles on the bottom of my pile, or any more flowers at the bottom of this that I could pull out. If not, you can take scraps and use your punches too if you've got punches, or just cut some by hand. I got one more bin to look in. Double check this one too. Oh, there's some more leftover like stickers and bling that I haven't used up. Nope, I'm out of circles and flowers. There might be some in another bin as I go through, but right now I'm not seeing any. I'll check here too. Nope. Not seeing it. So like I have this one. I could go ahead and make one out of this. So let's just cut a few of these apart and see what we can make. I'll go ahead and just fussy cut a couple of these. And now these aren't already colored like the other ones were, but I can show you a really quick way to color them without having to color it specifically, you know, color it in with a marker, let's say. And then I'll cut the middle of this one so I can bump it up. But these are just, I don't even know what these were from. Some kind of stamped paper I was creating in another technique. I share so many techniques and I've done so many videos that sometimes I don't even remember what I've done. Hi, Noreen. So let's go ahead and do my favorite technique of all time. And that's seriously true. Really, really true. With a box of Crayola markers. And the three best colors for doing this are yellow, blue, and red. Primary. Because if they mix, you get some other fun colors. So you just scribble it on. Yellow and then blue. These are drying out. I need to get some more. And red. Red next to blue because that makes purple, and blue next to yellow because that makes green. And that way when they swish together, you hopefully won't get brown. And I need some water. So we'll go ahead and spritz that a little bit. I'm just going to lay this down to absorb a little bit of the water. Put those down, and then I'm going to take this and I'm just going to smoosh them on there. And there we go. We've got some little colored flowers, and it didn't take us long. And then we can just wipe off that block and put it back. And since it is just a little bit of wet, we can still use wet glue to put it together. Actually, I don't want to put wet. I don't want to put wet on there because I want to bump it up. But while we're doing that, they're going to need just a moment to dry, I think. I'm going to look for a gem that will fit in here. And so those flowers that I was making, I was using these leftovers. So because these are really rainbow, I think I'm going to use this big one because this one, it shines in like rainbow colors. We could use one of these, but it doesn't have the same feel. So we'll go ahead and use some of this. This is also in the shop, by the way, if you're looking for 3D foam tape. We'll take a square of that and lift this up. Just make sure that it's not too wet that it won't stick. I think it will. I think it'll be okay. If not, I can glue it later. And then put this one on top of this one. I should probably bring you in, huh? Like, pay attention, Jen. What's going on here? We're just going to put that one right on top of this one. Right there. Squeeze it. See, so it's got some dimension. This would look really pretty with glitter on, wouldn't it? Let's put the gem on top. The gym. Let's put the whole gym on here, shall we? Let's do it. Let's put the gem on top, and then we can add some glitter. Like, that is so pretty. What a cute little thing that we made out of, like, just a piece of nothing paper that was just laying in our scrap bin. So now this, while we could cut these off and create something else, this, you know, we used it, right? So now, at this point, be okay to throw it away. And then I'm going to pull out a little bit of glitter. Because everything's better with glitter. I hope Deanna's here tonight. And I'm just going to put a little bit of glitter on the bottom. I'm not going to do the top because we already have the gem up there. I don't want to overdo it. I'm just going to glitter the bottom a little bit. That's it. I'll hold it up in just a second, you guys. No worries. Ta-da! Isn't that pretty? Super fun. That was super fun to make. And that would look really cute on a card. This is another piece that I have had laying around that we did a technique with one day. I think I need to add like some black to that. Like some black. Do I have black rub-on? Maybe black acrylic paint or something that would actually stay. But this is really plasticky, so I don't want it to like just fall right back off. I'll have to think about that. This will make a really elegant card, and it's just a little piece that I have left over. Let me back you out a little bit because we're getting a little claustrophobic in here. Okay. All right then. What else do we have left here? Do we want to do black? Would black look good with that? Let's check it out. I'm not sure if that will look better with black or with white. But since I have a black card base all ready to go here, oh my gosh, this would look really cool on black. I'll have to think about that. Let it dry. 77, holy Hannah, 3 more. See, I'll put that on there. Oh, I touched that glue. Let's just flip it over. We always have 2 sides. Nope, not on this one. Looks terrible. What did I do? Got too much junk on here. Let's just inside it out. We can always add a lining on the inside. There we go. Nice clean side. Put that there. That's really pretty, isn't it? That really stands out. Let's just glue this on. 77. Ooh, I might have to whip a nene for you folks. For all y'all. I'm not even from the South, but isn't it fun to just use some of their sayings? I think it is. It's a lot more fun than talking about up there, yeah, you know? Hey. I'm sure I have a little bit of that in my voice, too. Somebody from Australia said that when I say quality crafts, it sounds like quality, like really top-notch, you know, quality, really good stuff. That it's actually meant to be that. It's a play on words. So I'm really glad that they mentioned that, because that made me feel good. Oh, I just bumped it. That means that I'm going to have glue all over this black background. I might end up looking really funny. Oh, boy. Well, that was a real twist a piece, wasn't it? Ended up being crooked. Not too bad. Let's just push it down and see what we get. We can always add something to it if we have to, right? Thank you, Janet Smith. She says, I love learning from you. Probably wasn't even talking to me. Probably was talking to some cool person in the chat. Okay, let's see. See, when glue dries on black, you get this shiny looking stuff. That was what I was trying to avoid, but that's alright. What else could we add to this? Could we add some flowers to this? Nope, we can't add, because that, see, they're not, it doesn't go together well. What about this rose? Not feeling it. I might have to save this for another day, because it's just not rocking with me today. turn it over. I think I'm going to save this. I think there's something else that's going to come out of this one day. I'm just not sure what, so I'm going to throw that back in the bin, and I'm going to grab the other two things that I had my eye on earlier, and that was this, because I was playing with acetate one day. We did an acetate technique, so go search that out. I should put all the links that come to mind in the description box below. Sometimes I find the time and sometimes I don't. We were trying to get this acetate to stick to this acetate, and we used rubber cement, and while that held for a while, once the rubber cement dried, it peeled right back off, which I think is the same kind of concept as using a glue dot, which I'm looking for at the moment, because the glue dots, they're always hiding from me. Like every video I do and I say I need a glue dot, I have to search for them. I'm going to use my homemade ones because they're still in their spot. This is Aleene's Tack It Over and Over Again. Just put out onto some plastic. And drips and whatnot. So I've got some larger ones and some smaller ones depending on what kind of project I'm doing. I'm going to pick up, hopefully, a couple of the smaller ones and see if this will make this butterfly stick to this acetate. Just want to make sure I have them in the middle. Okay, do you see where I put them in the middle right there? And then I'm just going to stick it, there's white part right in here that I'm going to take advantage of, making this butterfly stick out. Now, yeah, if somebody walks up and pulls, this is going to come off, but for the most part, for mailing and for sitting around, it's going to stay on there pretty well. Look at that. That's pretty cool. And I think I originally had this together as a card, but I couldn't get the butterfly to stay, but I think that that's going to work. Because it may fall off eventually, but if you're going to give it, or if you're going to put it in an envelope and it's going to stay down, it'll be okay. Hot glue might work. Hot glue is a great idea. I'm not going to plug that in today, but I'm going to keep that in my tool belt for tomorrow for the next time I use that. And that'll be another little card that we've gotten together. We've only got about 5 minutes left, you guys. So let's put together one more thing. I kind of had it in my mind that maybe we would... Oh, look at this. This might go with that. I just found an extra flower. That looks cool. I might have to do that. Let's do at least one more. What do we got here? I thought that maybe if we embossed on the top of one of these, we could change the saying. We could change it to something we wanted it to say. Or if we just cut something that was really the same size, we could change it. Oh, this looks like... I like this color. This would match the pair that we made tonight. Let's make this. Where's my cardstock? I need a piece of white cardstock. And here, I'm going to change this embellishment into another one. So I'm going to take this and flip it over. Put it right into the corner, so I've only got 2 lines to find. And with my pencil, I'm going to see if I can bring you guys in. This is a really fun idea to revamp an old embellishment, because this is Christmas and I'm not using it for Christmas. I'm going to put it right into the corner, and then I'm going to try to find at least a little bit of the lines here. Do you see there where I've got these 2 lines? So this one's kind of going to go up here somewhere, and then this one's going to go down and across. But I'm not going to stress out about that. I'm going to take my trimmer, which I've lost. Already I've lost my trimmer. Can you believe that? Oh, that's because I put the Crayolas right on top of it. See? And then I'm going to cut. I'm going to follow that line and make a cut right where that line was. This is not the best trimmer for this because I can't exactly see what I'm doing, but hopefully it'll be close enough that it'll cover it. And then I'm going to follow that other light line that we made here. And hopefully we'll be close enough to being able to have the shape that'll cover up the top of that. We can do our own sentiment and change it up. So let's see, put it back on the plastic so we don't wreck the stickers. See if we can cover that up. It's very, very close. Close enough that we could totally cover that up. But we're not going to want to stamp on there, right? We're going to want to stamp on here. So we've got to find another word. And I've got one here that's got words on it that something might fit here. And I'm thinking, not you're invited, because I never have people over. How about a feel better soon? Feel better soon would be great, because aren't there always constantly people sick? So let's go ahead and ink this up. We've got about 1 more minute, and then I'm going to do my goodbyes and my little ending spiel here, and we'll be finishing up around 7-ish, right? I try to be done as close to 7 as I can to respect your time, but every once in a while we run a little bit over, and I just hope that you would forgive me that. I just want to put that back so I don't lose it. So here's our little pear card, and I intend to use this with my pear card eventually. So I'm going to go ahead and use my glue, and I just lost my chat because my little thing went over it. Oh, somebody said use hello, but I didn't catch that until after I was already done with this, because I'm watching the time and we need to finish up here. So please check us out on Facebook for sure. Everyone's invited. Non-drama, non-commitment. We won't chase you down. There's no participation police. Lots of fun over there. Sundays, you want to check us out here for the technique videos from 2 to 3 p.m. Central Standard Time every day, every week on Sundays, because Sundays you can go back to the Quality Crafts group, create what we were creating in the video, take a picture of it, put it into the correct album, and maybe you'll be a winner. So that's always a fun thing to do. And then qualitycrafts.com is the place where I have my store and more information about me if you're looking for that type of thing. And let's see, Patreon. Patreon is a place where you can donate or pledge money towards my channel that will make my channel sustainable so I can become full-time. All the money that comes from that doesn't go into my pocket. It makes me able to buy the supplies and the things and keep the lights on and that type of stuff to keep this channel going. And it is totally 100% from your heart. Nobody's required to. So let's just get that myth right out of the way, that this channel will never cost you anything. So don't, we're budget friendly, and I'm very conscious about the beginner all the way through the advanced. So I want everyone to be able to have access to art, and that's what my channel is all about. Thank you for joining me today. Now we've got this Feel Better Soon. I can use that with my pear because it totally matches. So matching things up, we did this little fun guy, and he's sparkly. I'm going to just back out here a minute because I like to go over the end what we've created together. So here are a couple of the cards. This one I just threw together, and we were talking about glue dots, acetate on acetate. Somebody suggested we try a glue gun, the hot glue, that would work. Use up your leftover gems while you're creating. That's a good time to use those. Any kind of papers that you've got left over, inchies and twinchies, and scraps. So here are some inchies and twinchies because somebody was asking about that. How do I use those on a card? You make cast cards with them. They turn out really cool. And here we used a great big cutout that really wasn't used for anything. Put it on the middle of a white panel, inked the edges, did a little bit of cut on the bottom, and added a piece of brown paper to it to make a really actually stunning card. I really like this one. This one is really pretty. So dig through all of the stuff that you guys have and put together some new fun embellishments. This would be great for when you guys are swapping with each other, because you might look at yours and think, nah, mine are okay. But somebody else might look at that and go, I don't have that kind of paper, and you handmade that, and it's so cool. You guys, that would be a fun thing to swap, because Not everyone has maybe punch out flowers, so maybe somebody would be really happy to have a handful of flowers that they could use, and that kind of thing. I hope that you guys will join me again, and that you'll go over to the Facebook group after this to continue the party. Some of us like to Skype once in a while. Go to the store if you need anything. We've got glues and tapes and things like that for you guys, for things that, you know, stuff that you need over and over again at budget-friendly prices. And I cannot wait to see you guys again in the next video.